everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is me, the layman apologist, and I am back with Gabe, and Gabe is about to have his very first pint of Guinness. How you feeling, Gabe?
Indeed. I'm feeling very nervous. I feel like I got a lot to, stand up here for, especially with everything going on in Ireland right now.
Well, I was going to say, if you don't like it, Gabe, you're probably going to put per Belfast into like another third night of riots, so
Oh man, I can't do that. All
all the
right.
pressure is on.
Yep. Pressure is on indeed.
Oh dear. Well, folks, we're just going to be having a chill stream tonight. I'm going to be joining Gabe here with a Guinness. Now, Gabe does not have a Guinness glass with him, so he will be unable to split the G. I'm going to split the G in my end. Um, but we will do that in a moment because we've been letting our Guinness settle for a minute. Gabe, yours probably is roughly settled by now anyway. So,
Yeah,
folks,
I
what
mean
we're
it's
going to.
I don't know if that amount of foam is like too much or
Oh, no,
here.
no, like
Yeah.
that's the head on a Guinness, like that always stays.
Okay. Cool
But Gabe,
beans.
Gabe has a nice big tankard with him, so
Yep. Yep.
he's going to be ready. Right, folks, so we're going to be doing a little bit of a chill stream along with Gabe trying his first ever Guinness. So we're going to go ahead and do that. After that, we may open up the stream if you do want to call in and talk with us. Other than that, we're just going to have a nice chill stream. I don't think we'll be on like majorly long, but I'm sure we'll be here at least an hour or so. But Gabe, I'm going to go ahead first, split the G, and then you can join me. So
All right. I guess I'll go with you. Did you get it?
I did indeed. It's probably not going to show up very well in that light, but
You got it.
what you want is your line to go right across the G. Now,
All right.
you're not going to be able to do it first time. Most people don't. It normally takes a little bit of practice, but yoo Scott, good to see you, my friend. Mine is a Guinness. Glad to hear it. Okay, he's went already. I was waiting for full screen.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Well,
It, I mean, it tastes better than just about all the other beer I've ever had. I mean, so far I've just had some locally brewed IPAs and stuff, which, oh,
mhm.
and I think I've had a lager. I might have. I'm not sure. But
How would you
yeah,
describe the taste, though?
this is gonna sound weird, but kind of woody. Like, is that an all
No.
right description?
Yeah, a lot of people would say
Okay.
earthy. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Do,
Yeah,
do, do,
it's
do
not
you get what
bad.
I meant by like a little bit of bitterness? That's most people's
Yeah.
first. They're like, oh, that's bitter.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not as bitter as like coffee. Like
No,
coffee, I find more bitter than this, so I don't know. I don't
I
mind
think
it.
a lot of people just the first time, like I'll be honest, like, and I'm even saying this as someone who lives here. My very first Guinness I tried when I was like, I'm sure it had a lot to do with taste buds as well, but I was like 14 or so. I was like, why on earth do you lot drink this? Like the man in my life, I was like, why do you drink it? Because like it was so bitter. Wasn't until I got a little bit older that I think maybe my taste buds matured. But also,
Maybe.
Guinness is very much like something like a coffee anyway. People always complain, hey, that's really bitter. But the more you drink it, they're like, oh no, it's actually really nice. So,
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I mean, so far I can't complain. It tastes pretty good. So,
sweet. It's
yep.
very, Guinness is one of those things. If people don't know the history behind it, I'm not going to go into like the in-depth history right now, but Arthur Guinness was a Christian and he basically made Guinness um, because it was lower alcohol content and he wanted it to be for the Irish public so that they weren't getting pissed drunk all the time.
Okay.
So he created Guinness. That's very summarized version of that, and yeah, it's been with us ever since, and it is tasty, like very
Sweet.
tasty. Hmm.
All right.
Wow, our numbers are fluctuating massively tonight. Now I don't know whether that's because we've got a new setup or whatever, but we went from 8 and massively jumped to 20. Then we dropped down to 8, and now we're back up to 20. So
Oh, on my screen it says we're down to 1 and 3. So,
wow,
I don't know.
the is that the live overlay?
Yeah, that's the thing above the little buy me a coffee logo.
Yeah, maybe it's not updating very well because the way at the top of the screen here I can see all the numbers. So It's because we've got the shorts chat going as well. That's where a lot of the viewers are actually coming from.
Oh, okay, so they're probably
Wow.
just going through.
I didn't think as many people would tune into the shorts chat. Why do I keep saying chat? It's not a chat. The short stream versus the landscape. Interesting. We've only one watching on the live landscape, and the rest are all on the portrait. So that explains the massive fluctuation of numbers, then, because people are flicking through the shorts.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that makes sense.
It
But
does. Big John still uses that a lot, so that explains it. But anyway, Gabe, how has life been?
honestly, pretty rough. I've just been burnt out of work lately, and
Okay.
that's about it. I mean, just completely burnt out of work. It's been like 90-degree days, and then I pull in a car, and then I open the hood, and then that's radiating 110, 120 degrees at me, and then so I'm just cooking all day long, basically. And
Mm,
then my allergies are kicking my butt, so yeah, it's been rough past couple days. There have been some good blessings in it. Like I've been able to spend a good amount of time with my girlfriend and
mm-hmm.
just hang out with her. We went to a new, not a new church, but like, so she lives a little ways away from me, and
Mm,
normally she comes down to me to go to church at my church. Well, she wants to take her mother to a Lutheran church also,
mm,
because her mom's curious to see what it's like. But her mom doesn't want to drive all the way to me. So
yeah.
we found a LCMS church up by where she lives, and we gave it a shot. And it was a really nice, like, it was not like high church, like a massive cathedral look or anything. It was like, it looked like a Baptist church when you walk into it,
He
but
went the
very much,
Hillsong.
what?
Just telling the audience she went the Hillsong.
Oh, no, no, no. I did not. No. But I went to this church, and funny enough, it had the same name as my church too. So they're like, "Oh, well, where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm from this
Mm-hmm.
church, but I'm from the one in another place."
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Oh, that's cool."
And then a big
But
Lutheran gang war started.
no, they're all in the LCMS, so we're all in communion with each other. But hey, but no, if they were ELCA, there would probably be a little bit of a gang war going on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Tell
no,
you all that Lutheran infighting, Gabe. Shocking.
yep, tell me about it.
Speaking of
But
the infighting, sorry, I didn't realize
no,
you.
no,
Go,
you're
go,
good.
no, no, no. You finish, and then I'll bring up the infighting.
Oh. I was gonna say, I know. So my girlfriend's name is Caitlin. She's
Mm-hmm.
been wanting to go to an ELCA church too. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I have to do a lot of research on an ELCA church around us to make sure that when I do take her to one, at least it's not gonna be like a
Liberal.
super gay one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I call them gay. So
Oh, I would too, but I thought you were reaching for the word liberal. That's how I was like, liberal?
no, no, I'm just letting it simmer so it's a little bit more offensive to the gays when I say it.
Eh.
But hey.
Now, is
Or
she
to
wanting
the
to go just
ELCA
out
guys,
of,
but
like, curiosity, or?
yeah, she's curious about it. Like, I think that what has happened is she basically grew up non-denominational her entire life. Like, maybe I think the most high church she's been, or like most historic Christianity she's ever been, was a Methodist church for a little bit. And I mean, some Methodist churches are basically like a Southern Baptist church, so it's like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And some are also, not like that, and they're actually very high church. Oh man, I did not. I'm losing a race. I'm
I
losing a
was gonna
race
say
bad.
I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm just saying
Oh,
like Guinness is like they're very creamy, so
yeah,
I really do enjoy them. But drink at your own pace, by the way.
yeah. I'm not a fast drinker at all. Like I will get
I
one
wouldn't
drink
be
and
I
just
wouldn't be with
eat
other
an
beers.
entire meal with it. But
Yeah,
I mean,
I wouldn't be with other beers, but with a Guinness, like they go down very smoothly because like they're not high in alcohol content, and
yeah,
once you get used to, like, as I say, I wouldn't even describe it this way now, but because I once did describe it that way, I get it. Whenever people try it, people are like, "Oh, it's so bitter. Like, how do you drink it?" It's like it's not bitter after you get used to it. It's just a shock to your taste buds. That's all it is.
yeah. I will say one thing I do really like about it is I don't get that. I call it the alcohol gut punch.
Yes.
because like when I try, because I'll try with my girlfriend, we like to go out to a bar whenever we're hanging out and just try something at the bar. And I'll usually pick up just some, liquor or something like that. So it'll be like a Long Island or something like that, right? Something with a lot of alcohol in it. And I'll take I don't, it's not even a big gulp or a sip or like, it's just a modest little sip. And it is like, I literally physically shake like one big, like just shiver because of how much alcohol is in it. I'm like, whoa, okay, did not expect that much. But I haven't felt that at all with this. So I don't know if that's because of the actual alcohol content in it or if that's more so just the more creamy side of it where it's not as much of a punch to the gut right away. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, with Guinness, you're not going to get that anyway, because like it's designed to be a softer drink in the sense like it would take a lot of Guinness. Well, I suppose it depends on your tolerance level, but like the reason why, as I say, Arthur Guinness designed it that way is the idea was it would take a lot more Guinness for people to actually get drunk. So
Okay.
because of how heavy Guinness is in the stomach, so like once you drink one, you're like, ooh, like that let that sit a minute.
Hmm.
Um, Most people are probably going to get in like 2 to 3 pints and they'll stop. Not because they're like,
Okay.
oh, I've had too much. It's more, oh, that's heavy in the stomach. So
Okay.
it's a good design, I guess. But yeah, with other beers and things like that, you sometimes just get like some beers are just very hoppy and they're a bit rich on the stomach, I guess, for some people. But if you're going with anything stronger, it's probably the reason why, yeah, you get that gut punch.
Yeah, I mean, probably. Because, again, it's usually going to be some sort of mixed drink like a Long Island, and they have like sometimes three or four different things all mixed together, which
Oh, yep.
are all going to have a lot of alcohol content in them. I will give them it though. Like once it's once I taste it, like they usually taste pretty good. Like they'll have like a sweet flavor to them. Sometimes they'll taste like my girlfriend last time she picked up it was called a green apple, but it literally tasted like the have you ever had the Jolly Ranchers?
Hmm.
It tasted exactly like a Jolly Rancher's green apple. Like I don't know how they did it, but it tasted exactly like that. And like you could still taste the alcohol in it, but you know,
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is this Tina with a different account, or is this, am I wrong?
I have no clue.
My friend, I apologize if you're not my who I think this is. If you're not my regular, I do apologize. But Stinson says no booze, 38 years for me. Just saying. Yeah, sure, no worries, my friend.
Nice. Yeah, I
Um,
mean, eh, I'm not gonna shame someone for not wanting to drink, but eh,
it's not for everybody.
yeah, I wasn't going to drink
There
tonight,
you
but I
go.
guess
There we go.
yeah, feel free to join.
Nice. I'm in for the Guinness. Now, the frost in your mug has went down quite a bit.
I think part of that's just because of how wide it is
Mm.
compared, because it doesn't really do it justice, but like it's pretty wide,
Hmm.
but I don't know. Like I fit most of the can in that, and
Oh, your
the
can's
other
not empty.
glass I have. What?
So your can's not empty yet.
Uh, no, there's like a tiny bit of it in there
Yeah.
still. It would
Yeah.
probably I would put it down to like right there.
Oh,
So
okay. So
I
it's a
probably could have
decent
put it
enough
up
sized
to the
tankard you
very
got then.
edge, but what's up?
I was going to say it's a decent enough sized tankard you got then.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it was just one I went by the grocery store, picked it up. It's nothing fancy. That said, I do want to get some like custom ones with like the Trinity Apologetics logo on there.
Do I
Or
have got one on the way. Um, it's sadly, I kind of wanted to get like a big glass one with like I think I showed you this before. Like it would have my like initials on it.
Mhm.
But I also wanted one that was more Irish themed. So I went with the Irish themed one more for streams. So now,
Okay.
Sam, I did bring your comment up a moment ago because I want to know what you're drinking. But she says Guinness in America is not the same. Yeah, I was telling Gabe this.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
think it's
know.
bad from a lot of people tell me, but it's more whenever I have like American mutuals or whatever who have came over here, they're all like, "Oh, it tastes far better in Ireland," and everybody I know here would say the same thing too. Like if they've travelled and they've had a Guinness elsewhere, I don't think I've ever had a Guinness elsewhere because I'm one of those people. If I go to a country, I want to try their local beer. So
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I don't know. This one was, it said it was imported from Ireland. I don't know if that actually means it's gonna taste like it does in Ireland or if it's
probably not
different and
exactly.
it just,
Yeah.
all right. Especially probably because if it was sitting in the can for a while and it was shipping maybe across a tanker somewhere or something, it could have lost a lot of its flavor that way.
Hmm.
Or or maybe it was literally just not actually made or, you know, brewed in Ireland and it was just made in Canada or something and I got lied to. Wouldn't be surprised,
Nah,
but
I
it
think I
would
think
not
it's
be the
probably just
first
more.
time.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it would not be the first time that packaging has lied to me about what's in it. So,
I think more in this case, it's not so much that like it's true. Yes, Guinness comes from Ireland, so like that's what they're telling you.
mhm.
But I think more what is happening there is the usual thing of you are getting the
Americanized one.
well, yeah, but not just Americanized. There's a very specific recipe that's used over here for a Guinness. Um,
Okay.
so I don't know how that'll work whenever it goes, an import from somewhere else. So,
Okay.
um, Russian Badger, I like that name. Russian Badger says,
This is
huh?
a good name.
Yes, huh? I'm not sure what you're hahing, but I like your name. Samsco says yes, it's the taste. I don't know what they do to it when they export, but you see, people don't realize this. It's not necessarily well, it is what they do to it, but like they're not doing anything widely different. There's just a slightly different recipe. That's all. Um, Blue collar, you may be in. You're coming from X. Yeah, people don't
Mm.
really tend to use the X chat very well. And I don't blame them. The X chat's not very well laid out. Um, which is
Yeah, I go
unfortunate.
on
Most
to
people. Sorry, go ahead, Gabe.
no, I was just gonna add to that. I go on to like the streamers that have like on YouTube, they'll have like 20, not 20, like 2,000, 2,300 viewers or something like that.
We do
And they'll
not
have a
have
whole
that.
bunch of commenters. And I'll open up their X chat and still no one will be at chatting on
Yeah,
X. So,
it's just because it's not intuitive. Like like when you first enter X chat, it wants you to leave a comment on the video, even though it's live. You then have to like swipe up to go into the live chat. It's just I kind of hope Nikita works on that. Like not, I know he's not working on it directly, but like I hope he assigns someone to it because X is trying to move into becoming a streaming platform. So
mhm.
go ahead and treat it like a streaming platform. Like stop making it hard for your viewers.
Yeah, indeed. There's a lot of places where X needs to improve though,
Step up the game.
like
Yeah.
spaces. I mean, like I'll put it like this. I unsubscribed from the X premium thing, and that was mainly because, well, it's $10 a month. I'll put it like this. I have to choose between Spotify and X. And I'm like, I use Spotify a lot for music.
Mm-hmm.
X, I was at the point where I was literally just only opening it up, seeing one thing, replying to that one thing, and that would have been it.
Yeah.
And I mean, like that was kind of what happened with the other day with the whole everything that was going on in Ireland. You're watching the video where the guy is being, you know, keep
Attempted
it
to
YouTube
be
safe.
beheaded.
Yeah. So I'm watching that and I'm like, what's going on there? And I'm like, what happened to our great heritage and so on and so forth. So that's when I went off on that tangent. And then um, otherwise, I've seen like not much else. I don't really use Xall too much anymore. Like I try to open it up and interact with people and reply to some stuff, but it just I'll put it like this. I'm already pretty busy on a regular basis. Like I get off work, I get home, I have to do housework and like I almost said homework, but I'm like, well, it sounds like I'm in school.
You
And I
are
have to do
back to school.
housework and I have to keep up on the house and then I turn around and I go, okay, now I've got a little bit of time and that's when I work on like Trinity apologetics or some other stuff. I just try to
Or the
get that,
Discord.
yeah, and I try to get that stuff all sorted out and it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm investing all that time there, and then I'm like, I just don't have time for X. And
Yeah.
hmm, so if they did something where they're like, yeah, no, we're gonna make it really productive for you, I'd be like, okay, sweet, that's great. I'm glad that you're making it more productive for me, or it's more useful for me to use as far as like interacting with people or something. But I find X just doesn't even make it easy to interact with people anymore. The most I ever get is I see a lot of the infighting between the Eastern Orthodox and the Protestants and some of the actual Protestants, and I just look at it, I'm like, okay, there's that, but then like who am I going to interact with there that's actually going to like out of both of those guys, the Protestants in air quotes and then the Eastern Orthodox, neither of them are going to care about what I say at all. So I'll drop in. I'm like, yeah, no, baptism does save. And they're like, hey, I don't like you still. And now I'm just like, all right, I'm not getting anywhere, not really connecting with anyone there. And it's like, I don't know if it's just my feed, but it's just things like that all the time. Or it's just news. And while I think it can be good to have like a good little news platform, it's just one of those things where it's just not serving me as well as it was previously. And because of that, I
Yeah.
can't justify paying for it.
I don't blame you. Like, blue collar Bible scholar here. Like, him and I talk about this all the time too. X, like, do you see whenever I post like genuine, just like, I don't want to say rubbish, but things that I don't actually want to talk about. So, like, for example, today I dropped a picture of a mug, a Irish themed tankard
Hmm.
that I've been trying to get designed by a local potter here. I'm trying to get it work out, how would it work, because the majority of my audience are American. The majority of them have shown a great interest in wanting that tankard. So I'm going to work my backside off to try and get it to them. But the downside about it is, do you see when I post stuff like that, my tweets or my posts take off? But like what blue collar Bible scholar and I often talk about is like, do you see when we post something about the faith or apologetic, bro? It's crickets. Like X buries posts so badly whenever you put effort into them. See, whenever you
And
put no
I
effort
think
into
that,
your posts, they go viral.
and I think a lot of that is because they've really jumped on to having Grok be what handles the algorithm. And ever since they did that, it's shifted how the algorithms actually work.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I mean, I'll be blunt about it. Anytime I've actually ever put a lot of effort into things, they don't tend to do as well as if I just throw it out there.
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of a huge, punch to the gut in a lot of cases because for me, I like to put a lot of effort into things and I don't like to put out rubbish or just
Yeah.
slop per se. Like I fundamentally I refuse to put out slop content.
Mm-hmm.
So I make sure I sit down and I work through things and I write it out or I make sure that my actual product works or that the tool I've made here works.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to make sure that it's something that is usable for people and not just here you go, it's something that, I just threw together, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Or here's just some text that, I could easily just go through and just open up any C.S. Lewis book and just go through quotes and post the quotes and be like, there we go. I got my daily content being posted. And I mean, what benefit does that actually do for anyone? It's part of the reason why no one's seen an article come from me in a long, long time. Part of it's because the ecosystem's been oversaturated, where now, admittedly, you got AI now, so a lot of people are just using that. And then
Oh,
on top
a
of
lot of
that,
people.
yeah, and then on top of that, you've got just this fear. People are like, I'll put it like this. When I first started writing articles, right? I started writing articles quite a while ago. I don't remember exactly when, but it was like during just a little bit after COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And I was writing articles, and then all of a sudden I hop onto X, still no one's writing articles. All of a sudden, X puts out their articles feature. So people are starting to do some articles there. And that's where I started seeing your articles pop up. I'm like, okay, some other people are jumping into the article game. I'm
Yeah.
happy because previously it was like it wasn't literally just me, because there were other ones also. Like there's the Issues Etc. That's a Lutheran one.
Yeah.
Issues Etc. has been around for what, 15 years now, if not, maybe not quite as long, but it's been around for a while.
Yeah.
So you got that. You got Lutheran Answers is kind of newer than me as far as like Lutheran stuff. But Dr. Jordan Cooper, I know we have our differences there, but he was writing articles and stuff, and I found like Blogger and stuff, and then you had Answering Islam, but it wasn't really like an oversaturated thing.
No.
And then I started writing articles, and I was like, yeah, and I contributed to it. And so you had like a few major sources, and then all of a sudden, I'm on X. X puts out X articles. Everyone tries it. Everyone hates it. All of a sudden, everyone has a Substack. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Everyone discovered Medium and Substack. And now they're blasting them out. I'm like, goodness gracious. Like back in my day, you had to make a WordPress, you had to go buy a domain, buy a web hosting plan, set up a WordPress website, design it to your heart's content, and then post articles and keep up with the website because it always ended up breaking at some point. Because I found some other people found out about that. Like there have been, I'm not going to name names, but I've watched as they have literally followed me in my software path where they're like, oh, I'm tired of using WordPress. What does Gabe use? Oh, he uses Ghost now. All of a sudden they're using Ghost. And it's like, wow, I wonder where that came from. And then, oh yeah, now he's not using Ghost. Now he's using what's he using? They probably won't be able to follow me to that 'cause I haven't fully transferred to that yet, but it's a
Mm.
headless system. So
Well, Blue Collar uses Squarespace.
yeah, Squarespace is another one. I mean,
I started in X, then X wanted like 50 pounds a month for me to continue doing articles, and I was like, okay, Substack it is.
yeah. And I mean, Squarespace is nice. I don't mind Squarespace. I haven't really used it. I've more so used it for like client websites when a client's like, hey, I want to make my website on something that is like so easy I can't possibly mess it up. I'm like, deal. And that's when I would usually recommend like a Wix or a Squarespace type of website.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
easy
bro,
stuff.
if you want up to talk, you can let me know and I'll send you the link. You
Yeah.
can join us. I don't know whether you can join us. I know you've got kids, so but if you do want up, let us know. It says I repost my stuff from Squarespace site to X articles, Substack, and Medium stuff. Interesting.
Okay.
I wonder how it does on X. I know people that have been writing on X for years have give up writing on X because you post something in the normal timeline and it gets buried. Apparently, X articles are really buried. They're
Hmm.
also apparently doing away with them. You know.
Yeah, I was at for a little while I was posting to like four different platforms, like not Substack, but like Medium and different stuff. The problem that I ran into there is it destroyed my SEO, and I was like, okay, I'm not, because Google hates duplicate content. So
Hmm.
if I would work really hard at making sure my article is going to pop up when someone makes this keyword search, right?
Hmm.
And I would test it, and if I posted that same article to a whole bunch of other different websites, it would just drown it out. And it would never go up to the first page of Google. It would just get completely curb stomped. And so when I posted my article on the 3-bar cross, funny enough, or on the Byzantine cross or the Orthodox cross, I post that and I watch and I use a private analytics system. So
Yeah.
it's just self-hosted, doesn't send anything to Google. It's meant to be GDPR compliant. So I put that on there, and all of a sudden I watch as my articles, that article, like in particular, one that didn't get posted, quadruples in clicks. And I'm sitting there like,
Right.
okay, so don't post it to everywhere because apparently Google gets really, really mad at me if I do that.
Yeah.
So,
It's
Yeah.
funny. I know you're not as
But
keen on it, but like Substack for me, I used to
Substack
do
is
the
also
majority.
kind of a social network for people who like to read articles.
Yeah.
Same thing with Medium. I think Substack and Medium are like competing to try to be the same thing, except Substack's putting a lot more effort into being very network heavy.
Hmm.
Mm.
Substack though, but for me though, but it's I have to say like first half of the year I was on Substack, I was writing all the articles. Second half of the year, I now have a group of people that do it for me, which is great. Like they're not writing in my name, like they write under their own names. It's just under my banner. Um,
Mhm.
but my very lofty goal for my first year in Substack was it would be nice if we could hit 500 like subscribers. We are gaining in on 1,000,
There you go. Nice.
and yeah, it's a lot of that's to do with the other writers. Because it's such a wide variety of writers now that they all touch on different topics.
Hmm.
Um, so it gains a wider audience, which is nice. But Substack for me has been. It's a nice place where I can go to and not have to deal with the typical social media drama. Like if I log into X, like I'm not a huge account on X, but I'm not a small account on X either. Like I think we're nearly at 3,100 like followers now. And there's days where I log in and dude, like my DMs, like they're switched off now. But for the
Hmm.
longest period of time, my DMs were a nightmare. Um, Notifications often get buried. So like if someone replies to me, like say I make a post and someone replies, I do not get their notification because X prioritizes which notifications you receive. So
Yeah.
sometimes I'll just go to my own post and I'll flick through and think, hey, nobody reacted to that. I click in and then I see all these comments and I'm like, really, X?
Well, I mean, that happens even for me, and I've got not even a quarter of the following and a quarter of the interactions. Like, I'll open it up and like I'll see, oh, all of a sudden this thing has 13 likes, but I
Mm-hmm.
only got notified for 3 of them.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Yep.
and part of that I think is just my settings. I might have my settings set to like only tell me I have likes from people who actually follow me. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's weird. X, for it being so, it's so good in so many ways. It's so severely limited in others. And like,
Hmm.
I have to say, Nikita Beer does a really good job at like trying to listen to people. And I know he's got like 1,000 people like adding him every day, being like, "Hey, listen to my idea. Hey, listen to my idea." So like, I get it. He can't reply
Yeah.
to everyone, but the downside with people like Nikita is they often only ever reply to the bigger accounts. It's like, dude, listen to some of the smaller accounts. We've got good ideas.
Hmm.
We are the people that are struggling, like to get reach or whatever. Maybe listen to what we have to say, and your site might start to feel like how it used to feel. Because there was a period of time, this was like very briefly after Elon first took over, X was doing excellently because they
Hmm.
had changed so much of the oppression that was there under Jack Dorsey and his team. So people's like reach was going through the roof. People like that's also why they changed the algorithm because so many people ended up being able to get monetized because how easy it was to actually get likes and get the impressions. Bro, see nowadays, the last I haven't even looked at my analytics now in months upon months because I don't care anymore. But the last time I looked at them, you need 5 million impressions within 3 months. Mine's barely hit over a million.
Yeah, I mean, I've got no clue how many I haven't looked at my analytics either, but
Yeah.
again, I don't really even use Excel too much anymore. I started using Threads, and then it was just a ton of bots on
Oh yeah.
Threads. Ton of bots on Threads.
It is.
Like, to X's credit, I will give them credit. When it is a bot account, you can tell it's a bot account pretty clearly on X, especially if you just click on like where about account and you see where it's from, and you're like, oh well, this
Well, I was
is
gonna say if you're
MAGA
ever like,
rock and roll 123 is apparently from Indonesia. Like, well, that's an interesting place for MAGA rock and roll 123 with a AI generated American flag banner thing going on with it. Like, that's an interesting place for him to be from. Wow.
Well, you see, that's the thing though, but I never take the time to actually click on a profile and check. So, like, if someone replies to me, I often, like, I don't reply to everyone, but sometimes I will reply to it. And, like, then I realize, okay, actually, hang on, their reply didn't actually even make sense to what I said. Then
Yeah.
it's where I go and click on it, and then I, like, kick myself because I'm like, oh, that should have been so obvious that was a bot, and it wasn't. Or it was, I mean.
Mm, I don't know. The whole thing with the bots, I think X did a pretty good job at, like, I think as far as like as good as you can do for making a social media bot free, I think they did a pretty good job at it.
And they're still
I'll
working
give
on
them
it.
credit for that.
They're
Yeah.
still working on it because, like, I get daily bot clear outs. Because, like, there's days where I, like, because I seen someone post about this the other day, and I kind of had already reasoned in my mind anyway, like, it has to be bots. But at the same time, that wasn't a concrete answer until I seen Nikita reply to the guy. But he basically said something because, like, he's a far larger account. He was like, Nikita, like, I am gaining something, like, he said something like, say 150 follows per day. But
Hmm.
every time I check my follower account, I'm down, like, say 250 per day. Like, how is that working? And Nikita was like, yeah, those 150 you're getting every day are not accurate numbers. They're bots, so they're being cleared out. That's why you're seeing such a large number being cleared out, because the 150 that joined you yesterday is being cleared out with, say, maybe like another 100 that we found within your account. Um, but then Nikita went on to explain to him, like, a fraction of that will actually be real followers, and you won't notice your follower account until, like, they stop doing the daily bot purges. But at the moment, they're still doing the daily bot purges, so you're not gonna know.
I don't mind if they're doing that. I mean, I won't complain.
Nor do
Um,
I, because to be honest, like, one of the things I often complain about next is, again, I'm not a huge account, and it's nothing to do with the amount of followers, but I always find it weird that you can have like 3,000 odd followers and you're lucky at times if you can get like 10 likes, and I'm like, that just makes no sense. Now, obviously,
well,
not all of your people are going to be on at the same time, and not
yeah, I'm
all of
like
them
that
will
makes
see it.
sense to me because I'll put it like this. That's just a tale as old as time. Uh, I was actually just about to make a comment about that. I just saw Livian's comment there. I was
Yeah,
just about to make a
before
comment
you
about
begin,
that.
Olivia, and if you want
Mhm.
up, DM me, bro, or text me. Actually, I realize you're off X at the minute.
But what was I saying? Oh yeah. Um, no, so that's like, dang it. Now I'm getting my thoughts mixed up. I was somewhere and now I'm thinking of the dead internet theory thought I was going to share. Oh my
Happy for
goodness.
you off.
Yeah, no, I threw myself off by reading that comment. I should have ignored it. But I mean that. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember. So as far as like having you have 3,000 followers and you get 10 likes, right? That's a tale as
If
old
you,
as time. I mean, yeah. I'm like that's a tale as old as time. You'll go onto YouTube and you'll find YouTubers who have 50,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, and they're lucky if they can get 1,000 views on a video.
yep.
Like, how do you have 100,000 subscribers and you barely can break 10,000 views per video? Well, it's because they had a couple videos that really popped off. Maybe they're like tutorial content. They make a couple good tutorials, people click on it when it's relevant to them, and that tutorial's not always relevant to them. Maybe it's, some sort of gaming content and people really like it and
Yeah.
they're like, hey, that works perfectly. Maybe it's, it could be a number of things. And I think as far as like X goes, X doesn't always deliver our content to everyone. Or that's right away. And then
Oh,
on
they do.
top of
They
that,
they do that stupid 10% thing, which is really annoying.
and on top of that, not everyone like I'll be honest, I open up X maybe 4, 5 times a week. So not even once a day. Like it's like and if that's the average person who doesn't even open it up once a day,
Hmm.
it makes a lot of sense for how you can have 3,000 followers and then, even 10,000 followers and
Yeah.
still not break, 100 likes at a time or something like that.
Hmm. So
Like,
say sometimes it's not even about the likes; it's just seeing how many people have actually seen the tweet. Because, like, you look
yeah,
at it, you're like, What do you mean? Like, 50 people have seen it. Like, yeah, it's just because
Yeah,
of their.
no, I get it.
For people that don't know, X have this weird thing now where they only roll your tweet out to like 10% of your actual audience to see whether the tweet ticks off or not. And if it does, they open it up to the rest of your audience. But the problem is, if you open a tweet up to like 10% of your audience, like I often, like when I go through like my mutuals, like I often just like sometimes I don't even read their post. I just see they posted it and I liked it. So I had a like just to support them.
Okay.
I know there's some people that don't do that. They just scroll through the timeline. They'll see your post and they're like, I don't have time to read that. I'll come back to it later, and they forget. But the downside to that is whenever you do that, the, it unfortunately buries your mutual's tweet because you might have been part of the 10% that's seen their post and you don't interact with it. So then Grok buries it because it's like, people aren't interested in this particular tweet.
Yeah.
And X haven't confirmed this, but there's a number of people out there that thinking that if you go on somewhat of a streak of having posts buried, X buries you even further. So I've slowly been moving myself off of X, trying to build up a lot, a lot more YouTube content. So I've got a lot of stuff banked. You'll probably see us streaming a lot more. And we do have a couple of debates lined up. One is happening tomorrow. I'm going to pull them up on the screen at the moment, but we'll continue this conversation for now, and then we'll update the debates.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I guess this would be a good time to jump into that dead internet theory comment that
Sure.
Levine made. See, I think that X is actually like one of the one platforms where that doesn't really apply. Because you might look at it and be like, oh, well, there's bots on here, and that is evidence for dead internet theory. I'll also put it like this: things I see on X take place in real life. Because again, the internet has become the digital, it has become our town square, right? Because everyone's spending time online. X is one of the biggest platforms, especially here in the United States.
And
A
they
lot of
don't punish
people,
your free speech.
yeah, and a lot of people who even don't like X are still on X. Why? Because you can get sports news on X, so a lot of the people who are into sports are on X. You can get a lot of politics on X, a lot of religious content on X, and it's about having that on-demand, quick, short-form text stuff that everyone can just you can easily get that headline for that article, you can get your news, you can get local stuff, global stuff,
Mm-hmm.
country-based stuff, you can get it everywhere. And that's kind of one of the things that makes X a powerful platform for a lot of people. And I see my coworkers who have nothing, like, don't do anything on X. And all of a sudden, they're talking about things that they saw on X and they're bringing that to real life and they're posting things on X. And it's like, it shows me that, okay, not every view is a bot. Not every little bit of traffic is a bot. Like a lot of stuff, like if you look at like your like and a lot of marketing people are going to have to figure this out too because I've been seeing the marketers struggle with this
Mm-hmm.
because my sister works in marketing and she's like, wow, we're getting so many visits to the site. I'm like, yeah, no, that's all just AI scraping your website because AI has literally like quintupled the amount of like traffic to people's websites. So I'm like, no, 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 you have to like cut that down, realize that like a quarter of that is real people visiting your site,
Yeah.
so I've been telling her that, and I've been trying to spread the word on that one because that's off of a platform like this, where if you have like a platform like X, where it kind of requires an account to be counted as a view,
Mm-hmm.
and not every AI is going to create an account just to scrape the website, especially when it's not necessary. Like it's
Yeah.
not necessary to do that.
Yeah.
But some bot farmers will do that, but for the most part, those guys get taken down, and it's not really worth it, especially like let's say you sell 10,000 followers to someone. You sell it to them and then it disappears. Well, all right, they're not going to be paying you ever again. No one else is going to be paying you ever again. So, yeah, they were doing something wrong by paying for followers. Absolutely.
It's just so dumb to
But
pay for followers too, though.
it
But
is,
like,
but
it actually ends up
people do it.
burying. I know they do because they think numbers is going to make them look good, but the problem is those bots, like say for example, I bought bots for YouTube where I suddenly now have 10,000 subscribers. The problem is, whenever I go live and do live streams like this, it's going to be the same. Like we fluctuate at times. Like we're smaller tonight, but that's because we didn't schedule in advance. But like you guys have both been on here before. We normally average anywhere between over 100 to sometimes 200 views combined between platforms. If those were all botted viewers, no one would comment, no one would like the video. It ends up killing your channel. But the reason why all of that existed is there was a time period during YouTube's history where botted followers actually benefited you because YouTube algorithm treated accounts based on the subscriber count or how many people were watching live. That's not the way YouTube handles it now. They kind of handle things now through click through rate and also
Retention.
yeah, retention. That's right. Yeah.
I mean, that's the big one that I've heard about is like if everyone who watches your video only watches like the first 10 seconds, your video is going to tank. But if they
Oh, it will.
watch the first 10 minutes, so let's say you have a
Yep.
20-minute video, they watch the first 10 minutes,
Mhm.
that video is going to be good pushed through the algorithm on
Yeah.
YouTube.
And
I
look,
feel like X also needs to figure out a good algorithm where
it
they can do
does, and I
something
think
like
it's
that.
working its way there. It's just it's going through. The problem is that they're going through so many mini updates at a time that sometimes for people like us it can feel more like it's just actually constantly regressing because they're constantly testing things. It may not work. They
Hmm.
have to update it, and in the meantime, the smaller accounts get punished, and not punished in the sense that X is actively punishing them, but punishing them as in like we continue to get throttled. But the issue is the big accounts, and I'm talking the accounts on here with like 50K, you know, um, followers. They
Hmm.
could literally post a picture of a toenail, and that will get like thousands of botted likes. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, before we go on, welcome, Mr. Onion.
Mr. Unlivian, welcome.
Hello, hello. I was trying to think of something smart to say, but I don't think I can top any of that. So I'm just going to be our resident NPC. As you can see, I've changed my name to Bot Livian, and
Actually,
Mm.
no, we can. Oh, yeah, I can. I was going to say, I've had a software upgrade. I'm now on the max plan, so things are laid out differently for me. But that's a good point. Before we go any further, let me just bring these up here. Let me go to my bookmarks. Is that on screen yet? No, it's not for the
No.
audience. Okay. Let me go over here and do this very briefly. So, folks, tomorrow night on the channel, we have the debate of is Calvinism biblical. On the affirmative, we have a friend of mine over on Substack, Luke Blackwell. He will be taking the positive position. The negative position will be taken by my friend Dr. Michael Napier. So that is tomorrow. If you want to know the time, just click on the video on YouTube. It will automatically do the conversion for you. And then next Saturday, we have this debate. This is Father Joseph Sweden, who was on with me before. He is true Orthodox. He will be debating the layman seminary once again, no relation to me. They will be debating is free grace theology biblical. Now, I'm really interested in this one. I'm the moderator, so
Hmm.
I have to keep myself moderated. I have to keep myself neutral for now. But obviously, I have a very clear position on this, and if you watch my channel, I'm sure you know what my position is. So and then we have got Bob the Builder from Bob from Speaker's Corner. He will be coming back on in the future. Some upcoming things with him. So you're going to be seeing a lot more debates on this channel going forward. That being said, folks, we now I'm not going to enable super chats just yet because YouTube takes such a large percentage. But the link down at the bottom, if you do want to support the channel and the work we're doing, or if you want to see more content like what we're doing, putting out debates, there's going to be a lot more apologetic stuff coming out. If you want to give, you can give through the buy me a coffee link, but it now works somewhat like a super chat. So whenever you donate, your name and your message will pop up on screen. So if anyone wants to do that, feel free. That's a way for you to support the channel. Blue collar Bible scholar, the reign of the debate bro is upon us. Yes, yes. Well, I'm not going to be hosting debate me bros. Well, I might if I'm asked by someone that I respect, but the majority of the people that I will be having on here will be people that are actually people that regularly are active in debate and treat it well. I don't. Gabe and I watch this content on Living. I don't know about you as much. Maybe you do. You can let us know. But like, I like watching blood sport debates. I don't know if I would be interested in having it on my channel because I don't think it's educational or productive, in my opinion. So
I enjoy it on things that I feel like I'm a bit more versed in, like movies or how video games are constructed. But in terms of theological matters, I don't think I know enough to follow along.
that's
Hmm.
interesting because I heard you were debating Father Joseph Sweden next, actually, on my channel.
Dude, he doesn't stand
Dang.
a chance.
You
I'm
know,
gonna, I'm
I'm
gonna tell him you said that.
I'm just gonna nonsense my way through it.
Sure,
I'm
go for
I'm
it.
gonna be the swine in pearls before.
Yeah,
It's just like,
yeah.
uh,
I
I'm really
actually
curious
I
about
have a
that
lot
free
of
grace one. That free grace debate you got coming up. I'm really curious about that one.
yeah.
Partly because I don't hold to either of you. Because the free gracers, those are the guys where they're like, yeah, no, even if you like turn away from the faith, you're still saved, right? Like
That's
they're like the
that's Layman
once saved, always
Seminary's
saved.
point. Yeah,
Okay. And then the the true Orthodox, they
well,
would
he
hold
would
to
call
the
himself Eastern
theosis.
Orthodox, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so the Eastern Orthodox, they would hold to that theosis view of salvation and glorification and sanctification. So,
Hmm.
yeah, no, so those are like two very opposite approaches that I would say, I would personally say, I think it's somewhere in the middle. It's
Yeah.
not either of those extremes, but,
Well, the
you know,
interesting thing about that one though about Gabe is you won't necessarily get so much of Father Sweden's actual position as more just him, in his case debunking Layman's position. Um, that's going to get really
okay.
confusing. I'm going to have to come up with another name for him. Um,
Just call them seminary
yeah,
or
TLS.
TLS.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
TLS.
gonna say TLS, but I don't know if that's a drug. It
Well, I hope
sounds
not
like it
because
could be a drug.
I go by TLA. So or just LA. A lot of people on X just call me LA now, which is funny. Um, but no,
Hey, when you don't
thank you
pay
for
for
that,
that
my friend.
extra character limit, you got to make sure you're squeezing out every little bit of the every little character counts.
Nah, but blue collar, thank you for that, my friend. I'm hoping to build a platform here where people, regardless of their position, feel that they can come in and have me be a fair moderator. Like I obviously have my positions, I have my beliefs, but one thing I can do pretty well is when I'm moderating, I can make myself just really neutral. Like at that position, I'm just like I don't care. I just want to make sure you're both having a fair debate.
Mhm.
So I'm pretty excited about that. We've got a lot of other debates in the works, and the reason why I say in the works is like you guys know this. I talk to you guys about this behind the scenes. One of the really annoying things about organizing debates is sometimes I get people messaging me being like, "Hey, can you set this debate up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Do you have anybody in mind?" And they name me the person that they're having somewhat of a back and forth with. Then when I contact the person they're having a back and forth with, it suddenly turns into, "Oh, I don't know, like I said I might be interested, but like I'm really busy right now," and I'm like, so basically
Hey,
that's a
it
no
could
then.
be worse. They could tell the person I retired from debating.
Well,
It could
he
be
has,
that.
so he has, but
Oh,
it's
someone's told you that they've retired from debating?
yeah, you know who's retired from debating.
Yeah, I'm just joking.
I know, but I'm not getting into that right now, and there's a reason why. There may be a debate coming, not with that person, so nobody get that in your mind. But there may be a debate coming up, and I don't want them to think I'm throwing shade. So
Ah,
they know my
I'll
opinions.
throw a
They
little bit
know
of
I don't
shade. Don't worry.
agree. Yeah, they know my opinions. They know I don't agree, but I don't want them to feel like they can't come on and have a fair moderation. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
I get
We'll
that.
see. And then on Livian, we'll be having an MMA match with me in 3 weeks' time. So
And don't worry, him and I are also having our big debate too. Hope you
over,
didn't forget what it's about, Stern Livian.
is it? Yeah, yeah. No, it's covering the the discourse surrounding free will.
No, that's my I was bipolar topic. That would be a bad topic for me to hop on because I'd be like,
So,
yeah, no, fatalism. Yeah, no, like
well,
libertarian free will. Yeah, no, actually, let's jump to this perspective.
well, that's
No,
unfortunate because you
it's
already agreed to it. I recall.
no, 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 no. Our big debate was
Why
on
don't you just debate right now?
rabbit stew and whether we should all be making rabbit stew and
Uh,
enjoying rabbit stew.
Well, before you debate them, there's a question for you. I'm on my second, but I'm going slower with my second.
Uh, it's, I'll be honest, I think it's gotten a little bit worse as it's warmed up, but that could just be my fault for
Oh yeah,
being so slow at drinking
yeah.
it.
You don't want a warm Guinness, Gabe.
Yeah, and it's like I can taste the decline as it warms, so I think that that's just my fault for not drinking it fast enough, but
Well, you heard it here, folks. There will be a third night of riots in Belfast because Gabe has trashed the Guinness. So
no, I will finish the Guinness, don't you worry. It's just
it's too late,
it's
Gabe. I can already
gone.
hear them out in the streets.
Dang. Oh man. Well,
Ah, dear.
oh
Now
well.
that will be a show that I will be because a lot of people have asked me, what are my thoughts on a lot of this. I will be doing a show on this. I announced like it's really funny. I announced this show like maybe a couple of months ago that I was going to be doing a show called The Westering, where I give my takes, on like I'll not get into what the Westering means in depth right now, but essentially the Westering's this idea of like being drawn westward, like to Western values, Western
Hmm.
traditions, all that sort of thing, conserving our culture. So I was going to be doing this show anyway, but especially with everything that's kicked off now, it just seems very almost orchestrated slash poignant that that show is going to come into existence. So,
Oh
Gabe,
no.
your drinking skills are
I'm
coming under question here by a couple of people.
sorry guys, sorry. I don't really drink a lot.
oh, same.
And anytime I do drink a lot, most of the drinks I get, because they're usually a liquor, they have a ton of ice cubes, so they stay cold for a long
Oh
time.
yeah, you can put ice
I
cubes
can
in Guinness.
I eat like an entire meal while I'm drinking one drink. Like I don't drink a lot.
Yeah.
The goal for me is not to like it's not even to get buzzed, it's more so just to drink it and drink like an adult drink with other adults, you know?
Yeah.
Which might sound like a really stupid reason to drink alcohol, but you know what? It's my reason to drink alcohol.
I don't think there is like. Well, I'll take that back. There's obviously a
Stick
bad
it in the
reason to
freezer.
drink.
Okay, fine.
Well, I was going to pull Sam's comment, but let me just pull this up first because he's leaving. Going to hit the hay. It's late here in the US. Good night, y'all.
All
It,
right, good
it,
night,
it,
blue
it
collar.
must be late for you, bro. I was going to say it's 3:30 in the morning for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sam's Co says stick it in the freezer,
I'm on my way. I'm sticking
and
in the
then
freezer now.
she says not a stupid reason. Yeah, I like that's where I kind of stopped myself for a second. There is obviously stupid reasons to drink, but what I mean is like if your idea of like I'm going to go out and have a drink with the family around dinner, I don't think that's a stupid reason.
All right.
Now, Livian, have you ever had a Guinness, my friend?
I have not.
Oh my
I
goodness,
think it's the one. It's the one beverage I do actually want to try in terms of alcohol,
it's really
but I
nice.
would only do it if I was in the UK, just
All
because
right.
adds to the experience.
You should
In the
you should try
UK.
one with Gabe. Gabe,
Uh,
pass them one through the screen,
Here, you can have what's left of this one.
all right.
which
Thank
will
you.
be
Thank you.
really warm.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
it's warm. I'm so sorry.
Yep. Do you know what state I'm in? It's always warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want a warm Guinness though. That's the thing.
Not
Yeah,
stupid.
we got you. We
Nothing.
got you.
Winning with friends as well. Yeah, no, I mean that's basically all I do when I am drinking. Like I've never been drunk. I've never been really even like actually tipsy or anything like that. I think part of it's just because of how slow I drink, and the other part of it is because of how
I
little
honestly
I
thought you
drink.
were gonna say how slow I am. I was like, I don't think there's a correlation there, but okay.
No, just how slow I drink, and then
Mm-hmm.
also with how little I drink. Like again, I get one drink usually.
Yeah,
Now that's partly because they're also super expensive too. I'm like,
they really are.
holy turds.
Yeah,
This thing is like for the 4 cans I got, it was like $12, which isn't bad. But if I go out to a restaurant,
bro. I
what?
have I bought like a. Hang on, let me double check. Yeah. Hopefully these don't all fall out right now. I bought an 8 pack the other day. Guess how much?
Hmm. $12?
£7.50.
Dang.
Yeah, so to hear that you got a 4 pack for 12, ooh.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, maybe it's not a good deal. I don't know. I didn't go to like a liquor store or anything. I just went
Yeah.
to my local grocery store, which my local grocery store happened. The one that sells like actual imported alcohols, like the Redbreast, I keep meaning to pick up, but every time I look at it, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's like $50 for a small little thing. I'm like, ah,
The
but
unfortunate thing is because it is such a good whiskey, people it really is enjoyable, but
and so
it's
far I have liked whiskey, so I probably would actually like it quite a bit too.
whoa, Tony, you're up either really early or really late, my friend. How are you?
Good morning from England too. Wow.
Yeah, Tony's a regular here, but he's also a regular over in Thames. But yeah, it's like 3:30 in the morning for both of us. So like Tony, as I say, he's up either really early for his breakfast or he's going to bed really really late.
Dang. Well, I don't know. For me, it is currently what time is it? Let me press escape. Let's see.
Is it
It's currently
10:30 p.m.?
10:30. Yeah, 10:30. I'm in Eastern Standard, so
Yeah. Same.
Mm-hmm.
can't complain too much.
No. Well,
But
we'll probably not do a really long stream. I'd say we'll maybe do like another 20 minutes or so, and then we'll call it a night.
all
But
right.
I thought we would hop on just so you could have your taste test, Gabe.
Yep.
Tony, I see your comment here. Just give me a second. There we go. Up early, went to the bathroom and looked who's on. Yep. We'll normally be here at some stage, Tony. I'm trying to get myself back into. I'm now posting on a more regular basis to YouTube, and I've got content backed up now. I think for at least 2 more months. So I need to record some more to make sure that I stay on that banking of material. Um, but live stream wise, like we really haven't been live streaming for a while, and part of
Mhm.
it is
I'm busy all the time.
well,
I'll
there's
take the
that.
hit there. But
Yeah, like there's that. It's live streaming. Like I don't mind live streaming by myself. I'm used to it. It's just you really need to have material planned for a solo live stream though, but because sometimes the chat just want to hang out and like chill and watch. So like they're not always talking. Sometimes they are, which is great. But if you get a night where the chat's really not talking and you don't have any material planned, it can be like dead air. So that's why I haven't been streaming as much because like it takes a lot more effort for me to be like, okay, what's something I can react to? What's a topic I can talk about? And I'm very random with when I go
Mhm.
live. So hopefully going forward, I will get into a regular swing of doing live streams again because we used to be very regular. We used to do Tuesdays, I think
And
Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays.
Sundays. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But now I'll be blunt. Now my Sundays are like always taken up. So I'm
So
always
telling
going
you,
to church with my girlfriend, and then we like to go out and
you
just
heard it here first,
go on
folks.
hikes and runs.
Gabe,
Well, she doesn't run, I run though. But we go on
Gabe
hikes
dropped you
and
all for his whammon.
well, yeah,
Understandable, honestly.
I was
Understandable.
going to say you might as well just be upfront with it, Gabe. Like there's nothing
yeah.
shameful about it.
I'm like, I'm not gonna hide the fact. Yeah. Hey,
But also,
listen,
we
it's
we
all in
haven't.
a. This is gonna sound a little bit weird to say, but it's all in a goal to get married and eventually, hopefully, have a family one day. And
Why would that sound weird?
to some people, it probably would. I don't
Nah.
know.
Plus, it's
But
not even that. I'm joking with that. Like I just
it's,
like my immune system has been so bad this last number of months. Like you gents know this, but like my immune system's been so bad this last like honestly maybe 6 months. I've had a lot of private health things going on as well. So my energy to stream is sometimes just dead in the water. So like if I message you guys or like Zach or someone and like Zach will be back at some stage. He's just going through a few things. So um,
okay.
But if I message you guys and you're like, hey, are you down for streaming? You guys are like, no. I'm always like, yeah, that's cool. But then that puts me out of the mode of streaming too, because then I'm like, I don't really have anything planned.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We are going to
Well,
congrats
thank you,
on the
Sam.
girlfriend. Um,
Appreciate that. Thank you.
girlfriend for how much longer though?
Uh,
Don't answer that right now, man.
can't. I'm like, I can't answer that,
I was
but
gonna
who
say
knows?
don't either. Like don't.
Yeah, you're
Um,
right. She might watch this.
yeah, I was gonna say she might want to hear it before other people. But anyway, moving on very swiftly. Um, with the streaming, we have promised this months and months ago, but then my health got in the way. We will be doing call-in streams for like Muslims and Jehovah Witnesses and all of that, but
Hmm.
it'll come in its time. Like YouTube's going through a real wave of that right now. Like God Logic's popularity is popping off. That all these other accounts that are um,
Hmm. I've been finding a lot of
also
them that are doing it.
yeah they've been doing it. And by the way, that's not a knock on them. Fair play for them doing it. We need more Christians doing it. The only thing about it though, but is the YouTube market is so saturated with that right now that like no matter what day you would plan to go live or time, you can be sure there's another YouTuber gone live with that exact same topic or exact same call-in stream. And my goal is more here to help equip everyday Christians. Like while I want to do those call-in streams because they are fun, like I enjoy informal debate, I also don't just want to hop on a bandwagon either. And I'm not saying others are, I'm just saying for me it would feel a little bit like hopping on a bandwagon right now just because of how popular it is. But we will do it down the line. So
Yeah, it kind of goes down to the whole my comments on like articles and stuff and why I've been so slow to bring them out is because, well, the whole field has kind of become very saturated by everyone
it
just
has.
jumping into it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I think I can hold off on that a little bit then and, make sure I'm putting out some really good stuff.
Mhm.
And it's also been a good excuse to work on some books and stuff. So, yeah. Tony said,
No, hang on. I have a slight issue here. He may actually be drunk here because he says and not be drunk on wine.
hmm,
Oh, by the way, Tony, I know you know I'm bantering, but just in case anybody's watching and thinks I'm not joking, Tony is obviously not drunk. Just a typo.
yep.
But yeah, that's the thing. Like, Tony's right. Like, a lot of people think that drinking in and of itself is a sin. No, what is sinful is getting drunk. Um,
Hmm.
because, like, if you move that to any other topic, like, I could, if you were to be consistent with that type of logic, I could say to you, well, you eating a cheeseburger is sinful. Why? It's not actually very nutritious for your body. So you're intoxicating your body. But no one looks at it and goes, having one random cheeseburger whenever you normally eat healthily, you wouldn't look at that and rationally go, yeah, that's sinful. So I get it. Look, some people have their convictions and think it's sin. I would say they don't really have much of a biblical basis to stand on. But for them, if that's what their conscience says, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Now, the pushback that I would sometimes get is because, like you guys know, sometimes I share pictures of my cigars, my pipe, or a drink, and people would often say, "Hey, like, do you not think like you maybe shouldn't post those things because you could cause a weaker brother to stumble?" I get that mindset, but that is also something that is known as the tyranny of the weaker brother. So, for example, what if I struggle with food addiction, Gabe, and Ewan and Livian post a big burger, and I'm like, oh my goodness, these brothers have caused me to sin? No. The weaker brother is also responsible for how he chooses to react to things.
Hmm.
So while I'm not going to make my entire feed, oh, here's a Guinness there's a vodka. I don't drink vodka, by the way, but I'm just naming things. Here's a vodka on a Tuesday, a wine on a Wednesday, and that's all I'm posting. Yeah, I'm going to be a stumbling block. But me posting the occasional cigar or, the occasional Guinness or whatever, the weaker
Yeah.
brother also has a commitment to me to not be a stumbling block in my direction as well.
Yeah. I mean, that just is a very, I put it like this. That's just a very Christian principle that the burden of everyone else is not placed upon you necessarily.
Hmm.
when we sin, it is our fault for
Oh
sinning.
yeah.
It's not necessarily everyone else's fault.
No.
For like, I'll put it like this: a woman can wear a burlap sack, and there's going
Hmm.
to be a man who's still going to lust after her. It doesn't matter if she wears a dress, if she wears a giant thick marshmallow of an outfit.
Yep.
Someone's going to lust after her, and we
Yeah.
cannot, like, it's not her responsibility to like lock herself into like some sort of cell somewhere where she can never interact with a man
Yep.
ever again.
Hmm.
That's not her burden. That's the burden of the men who are struggling to control their
Bingo.
heart and mind and
Yeah.
soul.
Bingo. That's why I say, like, I don't get too much of it because I don't post it all that often. I know for some people they probably look at it and go, "Hey, you posted enough." That's fine. That's up for you. Like, if you don't like it, like, and I'm not being horrible, but I do say respectfully, if you don't like it, just don't follow. Don't interact. Like, I'm not pushing it on you. I'm not telling you you need to smoke a cigar or drink, right? And the thing is, what a lot of people don't realize too is often when I post a picture of cigars, that might actually have been from a couple of weeks ago. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm smoking then and there. Sometimes I just upload it and I'm like, hey, had this a week ago or whatever. Sometimes I don't even say I had it a week ago. I just post the picture. I'm not always doing that. So you may look at my, Instagram sometimes and go, wow, there's actually a lot of, I think my content's pretty well spread out. There's reels, there's books, there's
Mm.
things that I'm interested in, like boxing and stuff, all of that. But you will always, always get that one person that is like, oh, he posts alcohol, oh, he posts, cigars, and it's like, okay, if that's a stumbling block for you, just don't interact. Like, I'm not going to be offended by you not interacting. But what does offend me is not the right word, but what does offend me is that constant policing of, like, oh, you shouldn't smoke, oh, you shouldn't drink. And it's like, can you give me an actual scriptural argument that is sound for why I shouldn't? And they often can't. They'll often refer to, your temple being your body being a temple of the Holy Spirit. Yes. In context, though, that is talking about sexual immorality. Now, could you apply that principle more broadly? Of course you could. But you're stretching it to say you should not have a drink at all. That's often my biggest complaint with it. Tony says, if I'm out with friends who don't drink or have struggled with alcohol, I'll be the soft drinks, no issue with. Yeah, that would be the very same to you, Tony. Like, if I knew, like, say, Unlivian was someone that struggled with alcohol addiction, I wouldn't drink around them, even online. So I think that's something that often gets overlooked. Like, if I know that I'm genuinely going to be a stumbling block, I will restrict my own freedom. But I'm not going to restrict my freedom in the sense that, you could never technically post anything because, like, as Gabe said, there will be always someone there that has an addiction of some accord.
Hmm.
So if you go out for a fancy meal and you post a big fat steak and you've got a guy there that's, been eating vegetables for 90 days because he's, and I'm not saying this to be horrible, but, like, he has a genuine food addiction and he normally gorges himself every day, he's going to look at that picture of your steak and go, oh, that brother caused me to sin. But can you reasonably be held to account for that? No, of course you can't. There's a give and a take, and sadly, people do abuse it on both sides. I'm not going to deny that, but look, it's very simple. If anybody has an issue with me having a smoke or a drink, that's okay. Just move on. I'm not going to be offended.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
do you know what does
And
offend me though?
what's that?
On Livian,
What did he do that offended you?
Are not offensive.
he left X.
I,
I mean, he didn't leave any of the, like, he didn't leave the group chat. He's still in there.
Bro, we don't even use the group chat in X anymore.
Yeah, we don't really. But what I will say is every time I saw Olivian on X, he was always in spaces with random people talking about movies, and I'm like, I don't know anything about movies. This is like not
Well,
my place to be, so I would just bounce.
the randoms are not random for him though. He's in with the classics.
Yeah, he's with his actual OGs, you know.
Yeah. I actually,
they're not OGs. I've known y'all
Oh.
much longer than I've known them. It's
Oh.
just a
yeah, no, I know, but the thing is though, but I don't know how we first interacted, but, like, Now, when I say I know her, I don't know her the way like you know her. Like you're more friendly with her, but I don't know how me and Classic Wife first interacted. But like her and I have been following each other now for like quite a while. I don't think I follow her husband because like I don't think I ever seen his account until more recently. You know that you've been on Spaces with him. So I must drop him a follow. But I actually like their stuff. Like they're Eastern Orthodox. But they're not normally discussing Eastern Orthodox. Like maybe in the Spaces, Living, you could speak to that. But like from what she posts, it's not really EO stuff. It's more just general chit chat.
Hmm. They do occasionally. They get in people from all types of denominations, and a couple Muslims, a few Hindus. There was this one guy who was a not an Old Testament exclusive reader, more like the first 5 books of the Old Testament alone.
Oh, so he's a Sadducee then.
I suppose so. It was we get some really weird people, like,
Yeah,
and we have no idea how they come to these conclusions. The most recent one was, and I rage quit that discussion. He tried to make the claim that Jesus never claimed he was God, and it was actually the day right after
sure.
that we had that that book club
I
discussing
mean,
that one specific topic.
exactly.
I was just like, I can't do this, not again.
Like Ezekiel 34 is the death knell for anybody that thinks Jesus doesn't claim to be God. It really is. Like you cannot like you can lie and argue against it. Like you can deceitfully lie, but to actually look at Ezekiel 34 and compare it with John 10,
Mm.
Jesus very clearly claims to be the good shepherd of Israel, who is God. So anybody that tries to do that nonsense, it doesn't wash. But you always get that. Like X is like I know it's on other social medias, but I think it's just because I spend more time on X. X is rife with like the biggest heretics. Like I mean,
Oh yeah.
you see
Oh
some of
yeah.
the wildest texts on X. Like the like this isn't even theology related, right? But the worst one I seen the other day was someone was speaking so like they were an American, from what I could tell, because I didn't, do the account thing. Like I keep forgetting to do that. But
Okay.
they definitely weren't from Northern Ireland or Ireland, right? But they were speaking on my country, and
Oh, is that why
they
you posted that post?
they equated being so. Unfortunately, I think when a lot of people hear the term British, they automatically think English, not realizing British
Hmm.
encompasses Scotland, England, Wales, Northern Ireland, right?
Hmm.
So I can't remember the exact tweet now, but like I kind of paraphrased it in my own. But they essentially said and I would have understood it if they would have said, "Hey, look, I'm not 100% sure in this, but this seems to be, to my understanding, what is going on." No, 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 no. They said with their full chest, the English in Northern Ireland want to remain a part of England, and I was like, "Oh my goodness gracious." So he thought that the Unionists in Northern Ireland were English people who wanted to remain a part of England, which he took to mean, Britain in general. I was like,
Hmm.
dude, like, please go home and stay home.
Yeah, I mean, from my experience,
Good to
I'll
see you, bro.
usually, so I more so interact with theology stuff than I really do politics. But like,
I
I'll see
don't normally
someone
until
who
now.
will, yeah, but I'll see someone who will go and they'll say, "Oh yeah, no, I've been teaching the Bible for 20 years or 40 years." It's always some exaggerated number.
Mm-hmm.
And I have never seen, and I have always defended, the divinity of Jesus Christ, but I never talk it because they're Arians. I
Mm-hmm.
never talk about like the Trinity because the Trinity is not in the Bible. And I'm like,
Have I got a book for you?
Mm-hmm.
like it is in the Bible though, very clearly, Old and New Testament. Like literally
Mhm.
every single book of the Bible has fragments of the Trinity displayed all throughout it. Like, literally, what is the Great Commission for me? Can you tell me what the Great Commission is again?
Yeah.
And then it's go forth and baptize in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That is like it is just Trinitarian and formula there. So it's like right there.
What
And
you
I'm
don't
like,
know, Gabe, is unfortunately name just means yeah, Jesus is the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's what that
mhm,
means.
definitely, very much, definitely. You can, because he can now be all three at
Mm-hmm,
once.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yes.
Have you heard about this thing called a shamrock?
Oh no, don't. Now I just want to check something because you did mention my book. I had something very cool happen maybe about a week ago now. I can't remember. My book broke into the top 500 in Christian
Ooh.
education. So I want to actually
Okay.
go and see what we're at now. It's probably long shifted out of that now, and I don't mean that in like a defeatist way, but Amazon works that way. Like the moment the book's new, like it quite quickly climbs, and then when it's been out a while, it's kind of like, eh. So let's go ahead and see where we're at. Bookshelf. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Mm, 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 mm. Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Where's it at?
We are, well, we're now number 586 in Christian church history, which is very good.
There you go.
1720 in religious history of Christianity. But dudes, check
Okay.
this out, and I'll bring this up on screen in a moment as long as I can hide my information. I am now currently 186 in Christian education.
Dang, there you
I,
go.
I
Almost to the
like,
top 100.
I
Yeah.
know I am very shocked, I have to say.
Dang.
Right, hang on, where's the studio to bring this up? And I'm not saying this in a bragging sense. It genuinely is like it shocked me when I found out I was in the top 500. Never mind now seeing 186.
Well, that's nice.
Oh wait, I brought up the wrong. Good job, it's not on stream yet. I was going to say I brought up the wrong thing.
As long as it doesn't have your personal information, that's the big
Well,
thing.
that's what I was going to say. Like, I promise you, the Guinness hasn't got to me, but someone could make an argument right now and say that has. Let's see. Let's see. I think that's it now. So let me come back to the studio. Um, uh, hey, Rick. No, Rick. Not three natures. It's not three natures. There's one nature, three
Yeah.
persons. Um, always happy to be correct. I'll take a look at that now in a second, Tony. Sorry, I just want to bring this up on the stream here, and I'm somehow forgetting how to operate. Is that up?
Yep.
Look at that.
There
186
you go.
Christian education books.
Nice.
So we're nearly in the top 100. We're 586 in Christian church history, and 1,720 in religious history of Christian. Nice.
Very
Sweet.
nice.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, Bruce.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. I honestly never thought I would have. Like, it wasn't even a goal. Like, didn't even enter my mind. So the fact that it's like, I was shocked to see 186 there. I was waiting to see, like, I've now been pushed out to like in the thousands, which I'm sure will eventually happen. But hey, look, Lord willing, it maybe does more. Right, Tony, what did I miss from you? Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't there more Scots settlers than English?
In Northern Ireland?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know the
Uh,
history at all.
it would be hard to qualify that. That's why I'm being hesitant. Um, I would say anecdotally, it probably makes a lot more sense because like the Scots and the Irish, like we don't just use the term cousins arbitrarily. Like we have a lot more shared history and culture than we would with the English or the Welsh. Um, so I would say Tony probably, but I wouldn't actually have any like evidence to back that up. So my copy arrived, but haven't read it yet. Yeah, no rush, Tony. Take your time. The only thing I would say is, whenever you do read it, Tony, do me a favor and leave a review because buying the book helps, but what helps it stay relevant in Amazon's marketplace is reviews because like people don't buy books that have zero reviews. Um,
That
so
is true.
yeah. And I think that's part of the reason why it's doing so well at the moment is like I know I brought it up on screen there in a moment. There's only 2 reviews there on the UK site. Um, but there is more reviews on the US site and I double checked the numbers. So like that's not me in top 186 just in the UK. That's top 186 overall. So that
Hmm.
stays the same, which is nice. But yeah, if
Hmm.
you get a chance, please do leave a review. So
Sweet.
yeah.
Hmm.
But I'm genuinely actually surprised at that. I honestly long expected to be out of the 500s now, but it seems like we haven't slipped too far in that category, but we've actually gained even further in what category was it again?
Christian
Christian
education.
education. That's it. Oh, that's
Hmm.
good. I'm glad. Hopefully
Yeah.
it's useful. Uh,
Which island is
which
it?
Ireland is the real one? What do you mean? That makes no sense.
He's referring to North and South, and he's making a little bit of a play on words to make a joke, maybe.
Hmm.
Maybe, but like it wouldn't be called Ireland. There's a reason why we stress Northern Ireland, because politically it is seen as a different country. But if you're talking just physically, there is only like whenever you look on a map, it's not like we have an actual physical border. It's imaginary. Like Ireland is one island. It's just that the British Crown have conquered the north part of the island. So Tony says I'll have to look that one up. Yeah, you'd probably be better, Tony, because like as I say, right now I could only give you my anecdotal experience, or not even experience, but like opinion. But it would make a lot more sense, to be honest. Like you don't tend to get many English over here in general. So anyway, bros, we are near the top of the hour and a half here, so we've got another 2 minutes, and then we will hop off. So
Sweet. 'Cause I'm
oh
getting tired. I'm not gonna lie. Feel beat.
yeah,
I've
Oh,
it's
just
been a
well,
felt
long
beat
week.
all day today, though. So,
Yeah.
I hear alcohol helps with that, so pop open another Guinness.
well,
Thank you, Tony.
I
I
think I'm
appreciate it.
fine. I'll probably just end up passing out eventually. But yeah,
Don't pass out now, Gabe.
you're right.
I don't
Getting I
know. That
will
looks
pass
like a
out.
really cozy chair you got there.
Oh, it really. I've fallen asleep on this chair many, many, many times.
Whilst rocking. He doesn't stop rocking even in his sleep.
No, I usually stop rocking, but I,
Oh yeah, Gabe, that's probably a good idea. I would at least get your Guinness out of the freezer. Otherwise, you're going to have
oh,
frozen Guinness.
I just put it in the refrigerator, so it should be fine.
Oh, well, that'd be fine then, yeah.
Freezer has a ton of stuff in it right now, so.
True, true. Well, anyway, guys, we're about to log off here. So, Gabe, if you want to plug your stuff, and then Livian, if you have anything you want to plug as well, feel free.
Yeah, sure. So, for anyone watching, if you want to, hang out or just chat with me, I'm over on X. That's at GabeZD on X. I'm at Trinity Apologetics not underscore, sorry, just at Trinity Apologetics.com on Instagram and Threads. I don't really do anything on Facebook, so can't really plug
Is
that.
anybody?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just all. Last time I opened it up, it was just all AI stuff, and I was like, I'm done with this. But then
Thanks for popping in,
you can
Chuck.
also see my articles on trinityapologetics.com and some of my tools. I got trinitybible.app. That is my Bible app. It is currently a little bit down for construction, but honestly, that was more so I just forgot to spin the server back up for the account stuff. So the accounts are currently down, but that'll be up probably tonight before I go to bed. I'll probably spin it back up.
Cool.
But yeah, otherwise, I mean, those are my main projects right now. I'm just reworking on a lot of stuff, rebuilding the back end of everything and getting it all set up to be a little bit more unified.
Yep. And Livian?
Well, aside from my ex currently being down, I wouldn't dare imposed the horror that is my Twitter feed. All the abominable spam cookies and beef stew brownie dips and other horrific things. You don't want to touch my Twitter page, so I'll tell
And
you that.
rabbit stew. A lot of rabbit stew. Don't
Yeah,
forget that.
pre-cooked rabbit stew. It's still moving. It's
Yep.
very.
Well, I am not Chuck. Chuck is a different guy who's also a legend. Well, okay. Chuck is a legend, but also thank you for stopping in whoever you are.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Tony says, haven't been on Twitter X since Elon bought it. Twitter is my X. Very good, very good. And Sam's just saying hello to Tony. Let me just pull this up one more time, folks, just to remind people before we go off, because our numbers have shot up again, which is nice, but I also need to get to bed. Tomorrow, Don't ask me for a time right now. It's well, actually, it's right here. But also, if you're not Central Time or Eastern Time and you're my time or some other time zone, just go to the video. It'll tell you what time it's going to go live in your area. But we've got the topic: is Calvinism biblical? Luke Blackwell will be taking the affirmative. Dr. Michael Napier will be taking the negative. That will be tomorrow night. Then next Saturday we have a debate that Gabe's going to be very interested in, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
The topic is going to be: is free grace theology biblical? Father Joseph Sweden, who was on with me before, he will be taking the negative in this position, and the layman seminary will be taking the affirmative. That will be next Saturday for that one. And once again, the layman seminary is not related to me or part of my channel, so just so you're clear. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Thank you all for tuning in. Good night and God bless.
Good night, everyone.